afternoon, everybody. This morning was quite a lazy day. Believe it or not, I didn't get a whole lot accomplished. And then later on in the morning, I went on some errands with my husband and my one daughter. So I just got back. And I'm out here in the chicken house. And I thought I would just share with you a little bit what this video is about today. So I thought I'd share with you a little bit what this video is about. Now you remember this? What's the point of all this food if I'm going to let it go to waste? So I'm going to share with you what I'm going to do with all this bread. So the bread, what you want to do is you always want to have it double wrapped. So we are going to double wrap our bread and we're going to freeze it. The 2 packs of rolls expired today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make cubes out of these and we're going to make homemade croutons. So I took another bag and I'm double wrapping all of this bread. Well, what did I do with all that food? What do I think about dumpster diving, and would I do it again? My answer may surprise you. You know, I really enjoyed the dumpster diving. I've always wanted to dumpster dive, and I thought it would be so fun, and it was. It was such an adventure. But I don't know if I'd do it again. And the reason is this. After really listening to about what people said and after just analyzing everything, I really wondered, you know, is it something really smart to do? There's so many things that could happen with dumpster food, and is it really safe? Well, my food was safe, and I'm just not sure if I would do it again. But I want to share with you what I did do with my food, and I really enjoy it, and it really is helping us with our budget, and some of the chickens got some of it. But it sure was an adventure, and it sure was an experience that I won't soon forget. So, here we go. And I hope you enjoy my afternoon and all of the things I did with my dumpster food. Everybody wonders, well, what do you do with the dumpster food? So here are the rolls that I told you that we are going to make something out of them. Now these rolls expired the day that I put them in the freezer, so nothing was old. So what we're going to do is, all these rolls are dehydrated. I had them in for a couple hours. They're crispy. If I would go with my hand, it would turn into breadcrumbs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put them in our food processor. I want to share with you that you don't have to waste any food. For many of you, this is not a new concept. Many of you had grandmothers, some of you had mothers who lived in the Depression era, and nothing was thrown away. Sadly, in today's society, so much is get thrown away. People really don't have to scrimp and save and have to not be wasteful. But a lot of us remember the old days and remember what it was like for those who had to save their food. So everything is really dry. It's very important that everything you use is really dry. Your food processor, the jar that your food is going to go in, all of these things. The food processor is for the bread. So what we're going to do is we're going to pulsate this just for a few moments to get it way down to the breadcrumbs. Now you do not have to have a food dehydrator. You can put this in your oven at a very low temperature until your bread is all crispy. Now this is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put them into our recyclable containers. These are not canning jars. These are jars that spaghetti was in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of my own garlic and onion and all of those beautiful herbs and spices, some parsley. So we're going to add that to these breadcrumbs. We're going to pulsate it one more time. So it gave me 2 whole jars. I already have breadcrumbs. So what we're going to do is we're going to store this for long term. And as long as it's sealed, it can last you long term. A year, 2 years, even 3 years is if it's sealed. So what we're doing is we're going to take some oxygen absorbers and we're going to put it in here. And the whole part of this is to get any air that may be in the jar and to get it to seal. Now, I'm going to put the lids on real tight. And in 24 hours, this will seal. This works with any lid that has the button. A subscriber told me all about it. The reason why I put a couple of these oxygen absorbers in is because these oxygen absorbers are quite old. So I don't know if one of them would work. If you had a brand new one of them would work. So now I'm going to put some of the tomatoes in. My freezers are so full. I really don't have freezer room. So what I'm going to do is dehydrate some of these tomatoes. Now I'm going to go and get a knife and cut these a little finer. So, because the finer you cut your food, the quicker it dehydrates. If I was to recommend my top appliance for homesteading or saving money, it would be a dehydrator. Then it would be a canner, a pressure canner. Those two things are vital on anybody who wants to save money. Alright, so these are the tomatoes. Now we're going to go with the mushrooms. The mushrooms are going to go on top. The mushrooms are not going to take that long. And what I will probably do is when they're dehydrated, I will probably go ahead and put them in the same jar and use them as a flavoring for hamburgers, for stock, for any kind of thing like that. These mushrooms have been washed previously, and so have the tomatoes. I don't really mention about washing things because I figured that everybody knows that that is a given, that you wash your produce. Here are all the free flowers that I got from the dumpster. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make potpourri. And I'm just going to play a little music while I work on these. This is status, which is actually a dried flower. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take off all the heads of all of these flowers. And we're going to dehydrate them. And we're going to dry them naturally. So enjoy a little bit of music while I work on this. From Fanny's diary, we're on February 22nd, 1943. Fanny writes, "Today we sold tobacco to Henry Miller, and we had hog stomach for supper." Beautiful color and beautiful flowers was just thrown away in a dumpster. Guys, for all the love and support, and like I always say, 365 days of the year. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.